Maybe still on parenting, we continue to struggle. That's all maybe what I can say. We continue to struggle with boys, the problem of boys. I don't know which path are we taking as a country. I don't know which path are we taking as a culture. I don't know which kind of men are we raising for the generation, but we are totally not into that. A real man is raised to resist. A real man is raised to stand amid the storm. A real man is raised to say no when it's no. A real man is raised to provide for the child. A real man is raised to raise other generations. But due to different factors, ranging from modernization, tight job schedules, maybe erosion of culture and set off, we seem to be drifting away, especially as we talk about maybe boys. But I'll just maybe talk about one thing. Oh, I want to just maybe talk about modern, modern parenting. Yes, I want just maybe talk about this social media. Nowadays, you find a parent, the child is just 8 months, but it seems like an iPhone, a smartphone is just a toy. Cartoon is just like a dairy menu or a breakfast where maybe he or she can just be there and watch. Whenever maybe the child cries, it's just on cartoons. You don't watch cartoons, what and all sort of. I don't know, with the curriculum we are creating for sure. When we are parenting people, there's what we call nurture. Nurturing is just the way you handle your kids. Nurturing. You're nurturing. That's the way you handle your kid to prevail through the circumstance, or maybe the circumstance of the world. Now the question still stands. If it's to prevail through the circumstance of the world, how will watching cartoons help your child to prevail through the circumstances of the world? That's one. Second, how will you every time maybe your child is just being conditioned to be on the phone every time? How is it going to maybe to help him or her for the next prevailing circumstance of the world? There's no one. It's just raising someone who is just conditioned to go on social media. He doesn't know maybe how he's going to navigate through the issue of the world. Let's say maybe social relationships. In those days, maybe let's say in 80s when we're going back, children were there. They could visit parents, a grandmoms, maybe like that. And maybe what worsens the circumstance, even what worsens the situation, is employing educated and educated mates. You get cartoons, you add a phone, and you add someone who is unemployed, who is not educated to raise your kid. All you do is just waking up, close the gate, drive your car, go in an office at 6 p.m. The jam is too much. You're going to reach at home at 8 a.m. Just greeting them, maybe take supper and you go. But behind every circumstance, you're the parent. You have two tasks. One, you must be there for your child. That's why I just mere sitting with him. You must pray together, sit, jazz, laugh. That is one thing that you must do. Whether you want or not, it's a must. And if you're not doing it, then do it. Start doing it. And if you're not doing and you're not trying to do it, then you're just training the child. That's one. Second, the child reaches just 2 years, you're taking him in daycare. Daycare with some professional people. Or they know just scolding children. Or they know just talking rubbish. All they know is just maybe sometime bring their stress at school. Maybe for you, you don't really care. That's why I said a bad culture, driven by maybe political motives, or maybe the modern culture can reign. It reigns the generation. Start from smartphone, you go to cartoons, you go to an educated maid, now to an arrogant and professional in all sort of teacher for him or her to raise his child. And after 15, 17 years, the child dives into a toxic environment. All he knows watching cartoons and all sort of. He lands on children, on other niggers who are going to introduce him to alcohol, taking intoxicants like that. At the age of 19, the child is going to be such a menace. And yeah, you're going to cry at the party. You just start maybe saying they do which the person want and so on. But when maybe you're the problem, because you did not do enough to usher your child into the world, or maybe to introduce him into the world which he or she was supposed to be, maybe to live in. It's world where he was going to be for. Because the other point you are charged to make an environment to make the child feel like this is home. You make him belong to home. You make him belong, feel like this is a home. Where he reaches at home and he is too happy, maybe to be there. Not just be coming at home just now. My mom is going to be talking nonsense, which is what those. You must make home one of the most comfortable place for your child. And if you can't make it, then you're just failing as a parent. And I think it's a high time you change. It's high time maybe you invite other ways, maybe how you can do things, and maybe how you can try to translate things, and maybe you figure them out on the child, maybe or the parent. Maybe you try to mold things accordingly, because the more you raise that unconscious kid, you are just going to find your generation is all rain. For me, all I can charge you, the parent. From today, if you have listened, you can choose to listen or not. But what I can charge you now is reduce the screen time. That's one. Replace it with storytelling, maybe casual conversations that can be initiated by employing an educated maid. That's one. I'm sorry. You can do, and I think it's within your means. Second, the TV should not be such a good option. It's something that your child should be watching every day. There should be time for a child to watch a TV, not always. And should be a command. It shouldn't be rocking rooms, whatever. It should be don't do this, and it's okay. He's not going to go with it. Third, make sure that where a child is studying from has the best environment. If possible, get someone to watch over your kid. Because that's an asset that you have and the future you're building and it's a generation you're building. The more you handle your child violently, you are just destroying the next generation. Fourth, pray to God always for guidance. Seek clarity. Seek clarity. Seek clarity from God on how you can do the best. Make sure the child is transformed into one of the greatest in this world. Holding not all other factors, we are able to raise a conscious generation. But we can raise a conscious generation when we don't let the prevailing circumstances determine on how, when we don't let the prevailing circumstances overshadow what we are supposed to do as parents. The prevailing circumstances should be intertwined or adjusted into our parenting modules and styles so as the children catch up with the past to integrate the present, not to catch up with the present to integrate the past, because the past have that great definition. As we must embrace the courage of parenting vis-a-vis the present one, and that's all I think we can share. If you are the parent, your child to do what the best, and I just think.